Okay, today we're going to have a go at drawing a nose. A lot of people have trouble drawing noses, and again, of course, noses come in all, shapes and sizes depending on the person. But I'm just going to show you our nose and maybe just some simple techniques to go with it. So for this nose, I'm just going to start, our nose will sort of come down. Obviously you have the end of your nose and the nostrils and shape, so let's just kind of get some things in the right place. I'm just going to do this very lightly to start with. I'm just going to start with a circle. Very, very lightly. Okay, now I'm just going to think about that's the end of the nose, and I'm just going to attach maybe just to get the shape of it. At this stage, we're kind of almost drawing like a cylinder here. Now coming off the side here, we're going to have some nostrils. We're going to have the sides of the nostrils coming up somehow. Now you can make this up because of course all noses are different, we're just making one up, but as long as we keep this fairly symmetrical, the same on both sides. That looks a little bit wobbly, but that's alright, we'll work this out as we go along. Okay, now thinking about this nose coming down somewhere like this. Try to get just the sort of shapes of it, and of course it'll come up like this somehow. Just getting this shape. So we've got the end, we've got the sort of the bridge of the nose, we've just got the nostrils there, and it'll just, again, depending on the person, it'll just have a little bit of a slope sort of there, and we'll have an end of a nose and the end of the nose coming down like this. So we've kind of got the basic shape of it. Now I don't want all these lines and things into it, but what I do want to do is just emphasize some certain features. Now I'm just going to emphasize the end of the nose here and just darken this up a bit. And again, depending, it could be quite rounded, it could be quite thin. It really comes down to the person you're drawing. And I'm just going to extend this into the nostrils here. Now again, these could be thin nostrils, they could be wide. It depends if you're looking down or from below. If it's from below, the nostrils will be wider. But I'm going to just draw this one sort of front on. Okay, just joining that up. And from this angle, the nostrils are quite thin. And I'm just going to now just darken up the side part here. That part will have like a more definite crease to it. Now, I'm not going to go any darker for these areas around it. Now I'm going to do some sort of clever shading. So down the nose, we're going to just shade the side of it like this. And I'm doing this very lightly. I'll come down the other side as well. Okay, and now I'm just going to blend this. I just use my finger just to smudge it in. Okay, now you can see how it's very dark to light. I want this to be more gradual, so I'm just going to build this up a little bit. Okay, maybe just a little bit of darkness through here, where the top of that sort of circle was. Now, remember, if we shade too much in, we can always take some away with our rubber. Okay, now where that sort of circle was here, I'm just going to sort of shade that around. get a nice sort of roundness to the end of it. Okay, you can put a little bit of sort of fill that shading in, but we just want to get it a little bit darker through here. Okay, and now I'll need a little bit of shading around here. And probably just under the nose too. Okay, and I'm just going to highlight just in here a little bit, just using my rubber. I'm just going to highlight down the middle, just by running my rubber down through the middle, just to give it a bit of shininess, and just bring that circle back, just to give a bit of shininess to the end of the nose, and just along the bottom, a tiny bit there. Okay, and we'd have eyes and things up here, so we'd actually probably have some more shading as we come higher up. If you want to add that in. Okay, and then of course, you know, depending on the face, we'd probably have some more sort of shading that comes off the side. But you'd really have to have a sort of a look and see where the light sort of falls and where it gets lighter and darker. But that's a basic nose. But the real trick to this, really what I was looking at here, was just really focusing on getting these darker areas here and around the nostril, around the bottom, the nostrils, and just getting that nice sort of shading and not like a hard line that comes down, but just a bit of gradual shading to get a nose. Now it looks a bit weird because it's just a nose without the rest of the face, but if we put this onto a face, it would look like a good nose to go with the face. But anyhow, give it a go, try around, try some different shapes, you know, different wider noses, longer noses, pointier noses. Give it a go, test it out, see how you go.